Okay, there's that. There's that. That's something. Alright. I think the smartest thing to do is to get straight to it with this one because it's hotter than a motherfucker in this room. So what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Combat and Kick It. You know how this goes. It's your boy Bando, and I'm here to talk about some fight stuff. And I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm gonna get straight to it. We're gonna start off with some big fight announcements because the UFC they have a routine they do when they start releasing a few decent fights. All of a sudden they bombard you and hit you with a bunch of really good fights and fights that you can get excited for. So starting down the list, you got Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov for August 5th. That's a fantastic matchup. The matchup pisses me off personally because I feel like Corey Sandhagen always has to fight backwards. My man's never gets to fight up. But he's one of those dudes, fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. Gotta give him the respect in that case. And he's taken up a very tough challenge in a guy coming up in Umar Nurmagomedov. And you guys know anybody with that last name is dangerous. They're dangerous. We've seen it. So it's an interesting matchup. I hope Corey can get the win, but it's going to be a tough one. It could be a coming out party for Umar Nurmagomedov, but that's August 5th. Also on August 5th, just got announced today, Jessica Andrade versus Tatiana Suarez. I love that matchup. Tatiana Suarez was supposed to go up against Jandiroba, and yeah, like cool, quick matchup for her to get some licks in, but this is what we really want to see for Tatiana Suarez. We want to see a legit matchup like this, like Jessica Andrade. Now, Jessica Andrade hasn't had the best year and hasn't had the best past few fights, but could never count that girl out. She hits hard, she hits with dynamite, and she always brings a fight. And she's stepping up and taking on Tatiana Suarez on August 5th. And I love that fight. I love that matchup. It's either big news for Jessica Andrade or Tatiana Suarez is going to keep on making her way up by getting this dub. So we'll wait and see, but August 5th is already coming out to be stacked. Then you got on August 12th, Vicente Luque is going up against RDA. That's a good fight for the fans, in my opinion. Really depends on which Vicente Luque shows up. Hopefully it's not the one that we've seen in his last few outings. Hopefully it's the one we've seen that was bulldozing people a couple years ago. About a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know. It feels forever ago. I don't know when the last time Vicente Luque got a really good win, but I would like to see him back in the win column. But he's going up against RDA, one of those guys who surprisingly will look his greatest against in a matchup that doesn't matter, but look terrible in a matchup that does. It's kind of the typical RDA style, but that fight's on August 12th. That fight will be fucking fun. Then you got Jeff Neal versus Ian Gary got announced. Now, you saw that on my last video. I posted it on the bottom that Ian Gary was taking on Jeff Neal, and I love that matchup. They are trying to quickly get Ian Gary on his way up, and what better way than to try to get him past a guy like Jeff Neal. Now, if you get him past Jeff Neal, you're talking top 10, top 5. You're talking about making some big matchups with Ian Gary now, and you're doing it quickly. But if you can't get past Jeff Neal, it's not like he's not there yet. It's just a stepping stone that he couldn't get past. Back to the drawing boards, he's got to do it again. Jeff Neal is not no bitch. Jeff Neal is one tough motherfucker. So I like that fight. I'm interested in that fight. That's on August 19th. That's UFC 292. So I'm all in on that fight. I'm all in. I'm all in on the rise of Ian Gary. But at the same time, if Jeff Neal is the one to derail the hype train, so to speak, I'm cool with it because Jeff Neal is a fan favorite. He's fun to watch. He brings the heat every time he comes to fight. The man's a savage. So, like I said, I like the matchup. You also got the return of Chris Weidman on that same fight. Now, I'm not the biggest Chris Weidman fan, but after his last performance, the last fight that happened with the kick and everything like that, it's sad and you never want to see it. No matter if you're the biggest fan of the guy or you hate him, you don't want to see that. That's tough to watch, and it's actually awesome to see Chris Weidman coming back. And honestly, I hope he gets the win. I really do. I hope he gets the win. Chris Weidman's a cool dude, and I have my beef with Chris Weidman is he knocked out my favorite fighter of all time, and I'm always gonna be sick about it. So fuck, it just is what it is. But I would never want to see that man break his leg like that. That was sad to see. So good to see him coming back, and I think Brad Tavares is a good matchup for him. Now Brad sometimes can bring the heat. Sometimes he's a little gun shy. Just depends on what Brad comes out that night. But like I said, good to see Chris Weidman returning. That's on the same night on August 19th. Then you got Max Bless Holloway. I said Max. Max Bless Holloway going up against Chang Sung Jung, a.k.a. the Korean Zombie. You already know. On August 26th, that's the main event. Max called for the fight and he got it. As he should have. Max is one of those guys that doesn't need to be champion, but can call the shots. If he wants to call the shots, he can call the shots. He's Max Bless Holloway. That's what he does. Look, I love watching Max fight. Every single time he's in there, it's not only nerve-wracking for me, but it's also fun as hell and super exciting. I like him in the matchups where he's not up against a guy like Volkanovski or Dustin Poirier, where he's fighting these heavy hitters and these powerful dudes. I like a matchup like Korean Zombie. I think that's going to be a fun matchup. I really do. I think Max takes it. Obviously, none of us really see Korean Zombie being on the in the best of his career, I guess, in his prime. He's definitely not in his prime no more. He's fought a lot of fights. He's fought a lot of tough fights. So he's a durable dude. We know that. You don't get the Korean Zombie nickname from not being durable. He's very durable, but he's been in wars. He's been in a lot of slugfests, and so is Max. But it's one of those weird matchups where Korean Zombie's going to come in as such a big underdog. It's one of them ones where he would end up like knocking out Max. Now, I don't want that to happen. Not trying to jinx it or anything like that, but it's one of those ones, man. Everybody's always looking for the guy who's going to knock out somebody with the chin, who's going to knock out Nate Diaz, who's going to knock out Max Holloway. You know, now we're going to end up looking in the future who's going to knock out Marvin Vettori, but you're always looking. It's those fluke things that have happened in the past. But I honestly think overall in this fight, Max takes it. And I think he takes it one-sided. And honestly, I could see Max getting a finish if he plays his cards right. But Korean Zombie is not somebody you could ever count out. Like I said, you never know. Anything can happen. But I'm predicting like exactly what we expect from this fight. Not only is Max going to win, I think Max is going to win one-sided, but it's going to be a fun, exciting fight. I think it's going to be similar to Max versus Yair. I think that's how that fight will go. But that, like I said, that's on August 26th. Then you got Cyril Gane versus Sergey Spivak. That's on September 2nd. That's not a huge heavyweight matchup, but it's the return of Cyril Gane, so that's enough to get a couple people speaking. Hopefully the man brings a little bit more than he did in this last one. What the fuck? But he was against the GOAT, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You really can't do nothing about it. It just is what it is. But I was supposed to have a breakdown for you guys, and I didn't. Well, I did. I recorded it, but then I never actually posted nothing. So there's that. But I'm not sure if I could show this on the video or if I'll get copyrighted for it. But you're going to watch my reaction to this quick little highlight of this past weekend. Because I missed the fights. Can you believe that? So maybe it's a good thing that I didn't drop anything for this, because I completely missed the fights. Look, I fell asleep. Fights were on late. Shit happens. You ever been there? I know you have. You've done it before. Don't act like you haven't. You know better than me. You casual. You filthy casual. But no. Let's watch some of these highlights for Vettori versus Cannonier, because I heard it was a slugger. But 2-minute video, that's all I can get? That's it? Not even like a fan-made one? Alright, MMAweekly.com. 2 minutes, it's not much, but let's see what you got for me.
Let's do that again. Do it again in round 3. See if he can survive, you know? So keep the pressure on.
Oh!
Listen to my coaches. Don't go southpaw. Keep the pressure on. Don't give him any room to breathe and recover more than, you know.
Oh, that man Jared was sweating bullets. You know when that man's sweating bullets, he's coming very vicious in this fight. Did you guys see him versus Derek Brunson, bro? He looked like he just got out the shower. The man was soaking wet, sweating. If you sweating like that, you about to beat somebody's ass. Send me the crystals, bro. Send me the crystals. What the fuck you doing with the crystals? Damn. Binking Marvin up. Look though, that's that Italian chin, you know what I'm saying? That's that Italian chin. He was getting cracked, but he wasn't going nowhere. He was getting cracked, but he wasn't falling. You know what I'm saying? That's that Italian chin. It doesn't, you can't stop him, okay? You might have beat him, but you ain't sleep him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what they say. Take it easy. They didn't even give you 2 minutes of highlights. You gave me like 10 punches. The man threw over 240 something strikes. You give me that. Let me go over and look at these highlights, or the actual like stats of this past fight, because they don't give you shit for the highlights. That is terrible. No disrespect to MMA Weekly, but dude, that was cheeks. Absolute cheeks. Looks like Armand got a big win to a big one-sided win, but damn, let's check this out. Jared Cannonier landed 257 of 428 strikes thrown. He landed 257. That is 60%. The significant strikes landed 241 out of 411. That is 58%. Now, even Marvin losing this fight, Marvin landed 154 total strikes out of 302. Landed 153 out of 301 in significant strikes. This fight sounded like it was a slugger. I gotta go back and watch this. Holy shit, I didn't know it was like that. Look at that. No knockdowns. 4 out of 6 takedowns on Jared Cannonier's side. 1 for 1 on the takedowns from Marvin Vettori's side. Look, I had a feeling it was going to be a very tight matchup. The middleweight division's got a lot of guys that are similar, man. A lot of guys that are similar in style, but they all come clashing. So it just depends who's the best on that night. Looked like Jared Cannonier was the best on this night. But it's crazy if you really look at it. The losses that Jared Cannonier had in the middleweight division are Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya. So you really can't say nothing about it. The man has put in work. Some could say that he lost to Sean Strickland. That was a pretty close fight. I'd have to watch that back because I don't really remember it perfectly to hop into it. But I know it was a close fight. I know it could have went either way. But Jared has only lost to Israel Adesanya, Rob Whittaker, the 2 former champions of the division. And when I say only lost, before one of you crazy motherfuckers come coughing down my throat on the comments, look, when I say that, I'm just talking middleweight. Okay? Just talking middleweight. Look, at the end of the day, you got a guy in Jared Cannonier who is actually a lot more skilled than he gets credit for. And when he puts in the work and he's focused, he is the scariest dude in that division. Now, you got Rob Whittaker, who is always going to be a problem. But I honestly feel like one of the best matchups in this division that could happen is if Rob beats Izzy. Well, Rob beats Drakus. Rob beats Izzy. Rob and Jared fight the second time. I would love that. I would love for that to happen, but you never know how it goes. You never know how this division goes. They're talking about if Alex Pereira could end up getting the belt at 205, will Izzy go up there and fight him? Who knows? You never know. It's a possibility. It'd be a fun fight too. It probably would be a fun fight at 205. These guys don't have to drain themselves at all. Even though it doesn't seem like Izzy really cuts a lot, but Alex did for 185. So that'd be an interesting fight. I'd be all into that. But beautiful performance by Jared Cannonier. It looks like overall. Before I get to rambling on about too much shit, that's just very impressive. Landing 60% of your total strikes and 56% of your significant strikes. That's really impressive. So shout out to Jared Cannonier. What's next for him? You would think title shot or one more fight to the title shot. However it goes, gotta watch how Rob and Dracus plays out. Because that's the make or break on what's next in the middleweight division is that fight, Dracus and Rob. So we'll see what happens then. This weekend we got Josh Emmett and Aaliyah Topuria. Damn, it's a 3 p.m. card. I fucking hate when they do that shit. But you got Brendan Allen going up against Bruno Silva. David Onama up against Gabriel Santos. Austin Lane going up against Justin Tafa. Amanda Hebas and Macy Barber. And then Josh Emmett and Aaliyah Topuria. Not an amazing card, but that main event is explosive. Very interesting too. Who connects first? Who gets there first? It's one of them punch for punch type of fights. I think Josh Emmett has a better chin than people are going to expect him to have. We just got to see if Aaliyah Topuria's chin is going to get tested with strikes from Josh Emmett. Your chin's about to get tested. So you're about to see what's up with your chin in that division if you get clipped up by Josh Emmett. So very interesting. Like I said, whoever lands first, it could be a night for either one of them. I might be leaning towards Aaliyah Topuria and running with that hype a little bit, but I'm not counting Josh Emmett out. That man hits way too fucking hard. Slept Ricardo Lamas. I mean, he slept almost everybody he's been in there with. That knockout over Michael Johnson was disgusting. So he had a bad performance in that one. I don't even think it was a bad performance. I think Yair was just simply better than him stylistically, and I don't think Aaliyah brings the same threats that Yair does. I mean, on the ground, Aaliyah Topuria is a savage. So he's got to be careful. Maybe if Josh knocks him down, be careful going on the ground. Do not forget that the man is very, very good off his back. But it's one of those things. I think it's going to be an explosive fight. I think the co-main event's a decent fight. Oh, you're only as good as your last, so I'm probably leaning towards Macy Barber, but that was a very, very close decision as well. So, going to be a good fight. I love Amanda Hebas, so I kind of want Amanda Hebas to win because I love Amanda Hebas. She's awesome, bro. She's just always so smiley and happy and stuff like that. That's how you should be in life. And I don't know what in life has her so happy. Maybe just because she made it to UFC, she's living her dream. That's all she needs in life. She's just super happy. I want to rock like that. But that's going to be a pretty good fight. But it's a weird card. Like, you got... Damn, bro. A lot of fucking... but you got Tabitha Ricci going up against Jillian Robertson. On the prelims, you got Randy Brown against Wellington Turman. I mean, Randy Brown shouldn't be on a prelim, but Wellington Turman maybe so. Neil Magny and Phil Rowe on the prelim. I don't really get that one either. That could definitely be a main card fight. But you never know. I don't know what UFC matchmakers are doing. A couple weeks, we got Sean Strickland and Abus Magomedov. Then we got UFC 290, which is Volk and Yair, which is going to be an exciting fight. I got a big breakdown coming for that one for sure. It's a beautiful card. International Fight Week. I can't freaking wait. I can't freaking wait. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be explosive. But this weekend's going to be explosive as well. You know what's explosive? My brain. When trying to wrap things around Conor McGregor and everything that comes with Conor McGregor. Why? First and foremost, dude, you had hella time to get into the USADA testing pool. And you didn't. So you fucked a lot of fans 2023 up. And now we gotta wait for 2024. At that point, no one is going to give a shit. Not only that, my man's going through some allegations. I'm not gonna say the word, but those types of allegations that no man wants to have against them. And who knows how that's gonna go. Seems like things are starting to come out where it's seeming kind of fraudish and fake and money grab. But doesn't help Conor McGregor's career and doesn't help our chances as fans to get a fight with Conor McGregor this year. What do I see happening? Well, I don't see my man Michael Chandler just sitting out doing all this and just sitting out and waiting. How long is he going to wait? Does not seem like Conor gives a fuck about fighting. Does not seem like Conor cares at all to get into the USADA pool, to get into testing. Looks like he wants to just, snort a little dusty up, little nose powder, little nose Alaska, whatever they call it, right? He wants to go skiing. Do your thing, but you can't do both. Cannot do both, and I don't see Conor McGregor coming back in 2023. Well, I mean, he can't come back. As a matter of fact, he can't come back in 2023. He completely screwed that up, but I don't even see it happening in 2024. So, that ship, I believe, has sailed. Which kind of sucks because I did like the matchup of Conor and Michael Chandler, but hey, what are you going to do? Shit happens. When you're famous, celebrity, you're in the limelight all the time, and you're somebody like him, he's known to not make the best decisions. That's what he does. So, it is what it is, but I don't know if I see Michael Chandler sitting out this whole time. So, that's something interesting, but who's he going to fight? That's the question. I guess we'll wait and see. You got a lot of matchups in the lightweight division that are always being made, and then you got Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier for the BMF title coming up. Michael Chandler is definitely in the conversations to be a BMF. You can put him in fighting the winner of that and completely just focus on Charles and Islam for the regular title and stuff like that. I don't know, but there's a lot of things you could do with the lightweight division. It's a stacked division, so. But either way, that's my video this week because I just needed to make a video for this week because you got to do this shit weekly. If I only had some way to make multiple videos. No, I'm making excuses. I'm making excuses. I can make multiple videos. I need to make multiple videos. So put in the comments, yell at me, tell me to make multiple videos, and I got you. Just do me some favors. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification button so you know when the next episode comes out. And yeah, be cool. I'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks as always. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next episode. I repeat myself like 1,000 times on these episodes, but you guys still watch. That's all that fucking matters. Talk to you later. Peace.